Well, hello again, all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Nelly of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you with another edition of Stout Sunday. All right. And I'd like to welcome in my panel this morning. We have Mr. Michael Kormeroff, the Stout King up there in Brooklyn. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, everybody.
We have Mr. Jean H. Pierre, the Beverage Ramble. He is now in my state of Georgia. Morning, Jean.
Good morning, John. Good morning, everyone out there watching.
All right. And then we have Mr. Alex, the Beer Master, who's up in New Jersey. Morning, Alex. And look at this. I didn't think he was gonna join, but we have. There he is, local stout reviewer. All right. Morning, Ron.
The Emperor is worried, so he's lessened his title.
Welcome, Mr. T. Glad you joined us.
Are you serious?
He has the same one John has. I love it.
Wow, this is going to be a fun Stout Sunday. All right.
Okay. Wow. All right. We got the same beer, Ron. That's awesome. Good deal. Okay, so let's see. Alex. We have got Daryl. Yeah, cheers, Ron. Glad you can make it. We were a little worried about you and the weather down there.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about me and the weather down here.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I think New Orleans.
I could go dead at any moment, so don't think I'm.
Yeah, no. If you drop off, we will definitely understand. What we know what's going on down there with Ida, and it's not looking good.
I almost said hopefully it will blow over, but we don't want to say that either. We want it just to go
blowing over right now with 150-mile-an-hour winds, almost a Category 5. It's blowing over.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got to be scary. Just be safe.
I know.
Right.
I'm trying to be.
All right. Well, on a lighter note, let's go ahead and talk about these stouts a little bit. Let's go around and see what everybody's drinking this morning. Start with you, Michael. What do you have?
Okay, from Trader Joe's, Joseph Brow Brewing, I have the Stockyard Oatmeal Stout, which is made in San Jose, California. It's one of the continuing line of beers available at Trader Joe's, and this one was brewed on the 24th of it's good. It's good until the 24th of September, according to this, which means it was probably brewed maybe in March. Usually they have about a 6-month kind of shelf life on these things. But it's an oatmeal stout, 5.2%. And I'll read what it says on the outside. A deliciously creamy stout in the Irish tradition with its rich tan head intact. This deep and dark colored beer has the aroma and flavor of chocolate, roasted oats, and coffee, all derived from the specialty malts used in the brewing process. I will give it a good review when we come around. I'm going to wait to pour until we start doing it.
Okay, sounds good, Michael. Let's go to Mr. Jean-Pierre. What are you drinking this morning, John?
Hey, guys. Again, I am drinking and I reviewed this recently. I'm drinking the Clown Shoes, the Undead Party Crasher American Imperial Stout. 9% ABV. It is from Clown Shoes Brewery or beer company based in Boston and Windsor, Vermont. Just a fabulous stout, and I've already poured some in my glass here, and I will give you my thoughts and feelings about it later on. Coming up.
All right. Good deal. All right, let's go to Alex, the Beer Master. I wonder what he could be drinking this morning. What do you have, Alex?
The founder CBS 2008.
He just keeps coming out with these. Jay has like a lifelong selection. I can't believe it.
All right. Well, what more needs to be said? Founder, CBS, Alex the Beer Master. I think he kidnapped one of the people that make the beer, and he's got him like in his basement or something, just cranking out KBS and CBS all the time. Okay. Well, that's awesome, Alex. Look forward to hearing about that. Mr. Terrio, what are you drinking this morning?
Fear. That's what I'm feeling. Well, thanks to David Garlapede, I'm drinking Stone Woot Stout, which has this creature that looks like a nihilist on the Fantastic Four series. This creature, a nihilist. Anyway, it's 11.5% alcohol. It changes year to year. A quarter of it is aged in bourbon barrels, and I haven't seen it in my town, but we only have 25,000 people here, so we get a limited selection. New Orleans gets a lot more, but dark brown, got a beige head, and I think Firestone Walker makes the beer that Michael has. That pretty sure they do that for Trader. Of course, Trader Joe's tries to keep it quiet. Who makes the stuff for them?
Right. Just like they have the Unibrew stuff too, that they, the Canadian company brews a lot of their beer. Right.
Yeah, they use an alias name like Canadian Craft Brewers Company.
Right.
Chambly, Quebec. Right. Oh yeah, who's in Chambly? All right.
Okay. Well, I was very excited about my beer, and I have never seen it before here because we usually only get the IPAs from Stone. I have the same beer that Ron does, the Stone Woot Stout 2021, 11.5, as he mentioned. It does say on the label, of course, the quarter aged in bourbon barrels. It also is brewed with pecans, wheat, and rye.
Right.
So it should be an interesting beer. I've never had it, so looking forward to trying a different kind of beer from Stone. The only dark beer I've ever had from Stone was way back in like 2015. I got to try the Stone Vanilla Bean Porter, which I thought was really, really good, but I've only seen it one time my whole life. Yeah. So
you never tried Ruination, huh?
No, never seen it. Never been able to get it. We only get the Arrogant Bastard, the regular IPA, and then they sell the variety packs here with like the Buena Vesa, Salt and Lime, and then some of their lighter beers. But we don't get a lot of stuff like this, so it's I was pretty shocked to see it. All right, really quick to the chat. We've got Ethan in the chat. He is also a fellow Georgian. Hope Ron and his house can remain intact in the hurricane. Yes, we're all thinking about you, Ron, and hopefully you'll be okay. You survived quite a few hurricanes in your time down there, so hopefully this will just be another I don't know, easy. Well, not easy, but you'll get through it. All right. Let's go back around.
Earnhart survived a lot of car races, but
well, yeah, it only takes that one, huh? All right. Well, let's we'll stay positive on this Stout Sunday here, and just we'll hope for the best. Okay, let's go back around. We'll go to Mr. Michael Kormaroff and let him talk about his beer from Trader Joe's. And Michael, I think you're muted. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself.
You're muted, Michael.
I am unmuted. Okay, everybody watching, here goes the pour. I'm using this glass, which I think you've seen at least one time before. Alex is a semi-Alex head.
Yeah.
It's not a full-blown Alex. It would be down to here, but it's still got a little bit of the Alex action on it. So anyway, it's dark brown in appearance, and the head is tan and quite bubbly and looks really inviting. And you can see in the glass you're getting a lot of carbonation on the top through the bubble stream that's coming up, and certainly looks like a good beer. Let me get a nose on it. Roasted malts, some coffee, a little bit of dark chocolate. That's about it. But certainly it's 5.2%, so you're not really getting any alcohol in the nose. But cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers.
Okay, it's light bodied,
Cheers.
but it goes down pretty easily, and it's you get the taste combination. I don't think there's any lactose in this. They're not saying there is, but I guess from the style being an oatmeal stout, it's got a creamy kind of feel to it as you drink it. The mouthfeel is somewhere between light and medium. You're getting the coffee and the roasted malt and the mild chocolate in the taste. And this could be one, because it is sessionable, that you could have several without any problem. And I think this is the kind of beer you can drink in the summer too, because it's not a heavy stout. It's more of a lighter stout, and yet there's enough heft to what it is that you could tell that this is a stout and not a porter. Just, it's an oatmeal stout. It's the type stout that we're talking about. That's how it's being brewed and whatever. And we've discussed this before. One thing about these Trader Joe's beer, for the price point you're paying, these are all value beers. I think this was $1.16 for a 12-ounce bottle, and in this day and age, you certainly can't beat that.
No.
So
No, you cannot.
You know what you're getting, and they're usually quality. And it may not be the best, but you always know it's at least very good. And I'm enjoying it. I'll come back and give a number when we come back around.
All right. Good deal. Let's go to John with his clown shoes.
Hey, Michael, I had that stockyard during Stout Sunday. I think Jay had hosted it, and I gave about the same view of it as a good session. Or if you're starting drinking stouts, that I would recommend that would be one of those to consume. So because of the lower ABV. But this is what I'm drinking: Clown Shoes, the Undead Party Crasher, Imperial Stout, 9%. Gets a very positive score on Beer Advocate and Rate Beer. See what my stout looks like. Very nice, very dark. Nice little head right up top, as you can see. Pretty good. Mainly the notes of coffee, chocolate, but there's, I think, a little hinge of vanilla in this that I'm getting. So, onto the taste. And if you've seen all my videos I've done, I do this a lot. Anytime I take it out of the refrigerator, I kind of let it sit on the counter, let it warm, whatever. And which I did, earlier, because I wasn't sure we were going to have a Stout Sunday. So I just asked. So thankfully I took it out and then left it on the counter. But very full, flavorful, very full body. I think there's more chocolate than coffee flavor in this malt. Definitely a very strong malt presence in this as well. So at 9%. Go ahead, John.
I was just going to ask if you tasted the alcohol at 9%.
Oh yes, definitely. So yeah, I think the same AV as Old Rasputin and others like this. 1050 is 10%. Lagunitas, I think, is about the same ABV on that one as well. But this is really, really good. Again, I was just gaga over this when I saw it, and for the price I bought this for. They had a closeout special on this at this liquor store here. I think it was $5.99 for a 4-pack of this. So I said, "Yep, I'm going to buy it." So, the good thing I did. So, like I said, I gave it a positive review, and I'm sure the results will be the same when you come back to me. So, There you go, guys.
All
Cheers.
right.
Cheers, John.
Good deal. Okay, drum roll, please. Here we go. Alex, the beer master, with his Founders 2018 CBS. I bet it's going to be good.
And like I said, Johnny Boy, I'm not sure. I think you can still get these beers, or at least the small bottles. I thought at least at one point you did. I don't know if you can still get them now, Johnny Boy.
They still have 2 or 3 of the 2018 bottles at the store that I had the last one at, but I'm not going to pay another $40 for another bottle. They're too pricey here.
Well,
I did that a few weeks ago, and Ron's still giving me grief about it. So I'm not gonna.
Right.
It's a little too much even for me for one bottle, $40. Yeah.
Well, I kind of hope you get the rest of those bottles eventually if the price drops down. All right, let's see. Because these bottles I got they were like 21 or something like that, not 50 or.
Yeah,
60.
that's what they were. That's what they should be priced at, right?
Yeah. All right, let's pour this up. Yeah, 21 to $30 should be priced. Any more than that, even though this is a delicious beer, that's not really worth it. Like when I went to Massachusetts, and me and Johnny Boy went to a store. There was a CBS, but it was like a 4-pack four-pack, and it was like $30. And I was, not a good idea.
2019 4-packs, yeah.
Yeah.
We actually got the 2019 4-packs here for like $24, and they went really quick. So I only got a couple of those.
Well, I'm hoping those 4-packs will come back. Whoever has them left over, So limited stores obviously have them left over, as you know. Big Bombers and I don't know. Did they have a Bomber in 2018? I don't remember now.
No, not just the 12-ounce bottle.
Yeah, so I think 2018. 2000. I thought in 2019 they had Bombers and the small packs. Maybe they didn't.
Not in the States, maybe in Canada. I don't know. Not here.
Yeah, maybe they did. Yeah. So let's get back into this. Not drink this now yet, or do drink?
No, go. Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Smells like a bourbon, barrel-aged chocolate beer. You smell that little leather, but that doesn't mean anything. Actually, no, let me see something. No, actually, I thought I smelled leather, but it's not. It smells very refreshing. This is not really a good beer for a summer day, but it's a good beer for a winter and deliciousness, during the winter and fall. These are good beers like that. Yeah, have bourbon, sweetness, barrel-aged beer. That is delicious. I don't know why I never get bored of it. Let's see if they have that vanilla taste and all that deliciousness. Cheers. And it's nice and dark, too. Nice and dark.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, my friend.
Hey, Jamie. That very delicious as usual. Very smooth on the mouthfeel. Very creamy. A little bit of booziness. Not too boozy, but a little bit. Shocking enough, no burn. There's a little bit of burn, but not the kind of burn that you would normally get on these fresher beers. But it doesn't matter; it's still fresh. You're supposed to age these things as long as it's 11%, 6%, or all the way up there. Yeah, and then you have that sweetness. Sweetness is obviously the maple syrup bourbon barrel aged beer. I'm very happy with this beer so far. I've never gotten bored of it. None of you guys have obviously gotten bored of it. I don't think. I think the fact is that it's just the price point. As Ron Terrio and other people have said, it's based on the price point. I mean, if you really like the beer, grab it. I wouldn't. If it was $100, I wouldn't pay for it though. Even though I love the beer, I'd wait until, like I said, in the 20s.
I can still get 4-packs of it for $19.49.
Yeah, but you can get the bombers and the 4-packs, not just the.
Right, but the 4-packs are a better deal because the bomber is like $19.99. So why would I pay $19.99 for 22 ounces when I can get 48 ounces for less? It wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, I like these bombers, but because they're delicious. But yeah, I'd rather have the 4-packs. This way, I can have multiple 4-packs. Yeah, I can get multiple bombers like I've been doing, but I think the 4-packs are even better, because the 4-packs you can take the bottles and you can throw it in the fridge.
Right.
These things you have to lay them down, because this fridge doesn't have room, so I had to lay it down yesterday.
Right. This depends on how big your fridge is, I guess.
Yeah. So, and you've seen this fridge. You're the one that made me open it, so
Yeah.
Johnny Boy. I don't even know if I would ever have opened it if it wasn't for Johnny Boy or Drunken one.
No, that thing would still be sitting in the box.
I actually put my hands on his kitchen fridge. My hands were on his kitchen fridge, and I looked inside of it. Remember that?
Oh yeah, you did look inside. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, you didn't look in here because I didn't go in my room. But yeah,
right. I didn't look in there. I just looked into the main fridge.
You were forbidden to look in that in
Right,
the bedroom fridge. You weren't allowed in there. Off limits. All right.
No, I didn't really clean my room that much, and I didn't want to be good. So the beer is delicious.
Bedrooms with other men anyway.
This beer is getting more sweeter and sweeter every time you drink it. Yeah, this is a very delicious beer. I can't wait to give it a high rating. I think I rambled long enough, and
all right,
I will give you a rating next time around.
Well, we'll Jeremy Vincent, he's in the chat. I'm sure he's eagerly awaiting your score, so don't disappoint him. All right, let's go to Mr. Ron Terrio, who is drinking the 2021 Stone Woot Stout. Excited to hear what he has to say about it, and I'm going to sip along with my Woot Stout as you talk about yours. Cheers.
Cheers. Now,
cheers to all you.
To all the people, storms follow me. One tropical storm followed me all the way to New York City, which was quite irritating.
Yeah. That was the same storm when you came to my house, but there was no storm.
Hold on a second. God.
Take care. See you later.
Hold on. Let me just mute myself for a second. Mute me for a second. You do yours, John, and mute me. And I'll
all right. I will do that.
Hello.
People are concerned about Jay, and we have to understand that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go ahead and do mine then. So, yep. The Stone Woot Stout, quarter aged in bourbon barrels, brewed with pecans, wheat, and rye. I poured it a while ago, and I have cheated and kind of been sipping on it a little bit. It did pour with a little bit of a head. As you can see, there's a little thin film left. You've got some kind of like alcohol legs going down the glass just from the high alcohol there. It is very, very dark brown, not quite black. When I hold it up to the light, I can see a little bit of brown at the bottom of the glass there. So not as dark as some of the stouts out there that you guys are drinking today. The aroma with this is quite nice. It's kind of growing on me. When I first got a whiff of it, it maybe because it was a little bit colder. As it's warming, I'm getting a lot more on the nose. I'm getting the dark roasted malt right up front. It's very roasty. Dark toasted bread notes, maybe a little bit of coffee from the roast. A little bit of vanilla with this as well. There's not vanilla in it, so I'm guessing that that's coming from the quarter that's aged in the bourbon barrels, because a lot of times with good bourbon, you can pick up on some vanilla aromas, and I'm definitely getting a little bit of vanilla with this. Kind of bummed out that I'm not picking up on any pecans. I love pecans. You know, pecan pie is one of my favorite desserts, so I was kind of expecting a pecan aroma and flavor, and so far I'm not getting any of that.
So you don't taste any pecans at all?
Well, I'm just talking about the aroma. We'll talk about, I'm about to get into it and talk about the flavor here.
You got confused. You confused me there for a minute. You said flavor and stuff.
A little bit of chocolate as well. Some dark chocolate notes. And that's pretty much it. So a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of a lot of the roasted malt character. It doesn't necessarily smell like an 11.5, but you can tell that this is not your session beer. All right, well, let's get into it. Cheers.
Cheers, John.
No, it is not. But that ABV, nah, not a session.
So, dark roasted malt right up front. You're getting some of the barrel. 1 quarter age. My God, if they aged the whole thing in the bourbon barrels, that'd be interesting. So getting a little bit of the vanilla, a little bit of the oak is starting to come through. This is warmed up. When I first started sipping on it, I wasn't really getting any of the bourbon, but it's coming through now as it warms. Dark chocolate notes are coming through in the middle of the sip, the nice roasty, toasty malt character, nice bready notes with a little bit of maybe an astringency, like a coffee astringency from that roasted malt. It's definitely warming, going down, picking up on a little bit of the barrel on the finish, and the alcohol with this is it's boozy going down, but it's a good boozy. You know, it's a high alcohol barrel aged stout, so I don't mind the booziness with this. Not getting any of the pecans on the flavor either, which is a little disappointing because I love pecans. I thought that would have been a good combination with what they've got going on in this beer, especially with the vanilla notes that I'm picking up on from the barrel, I guess, since they don't actually add vanilla to this. And you know what? The rye, actually, there's a little bit of a spice to it, a little bit of a rye spice. It does have rye in it. And I'm getting that on the back end, kind of on the finish. It's a very enjoyable beer. It's not at all what I thought it was going to be, but that's not a bad thing. It's very, very enjoyable. And my only complaints are the lack of the pecan flavor. And, you know, next time maybe just age the whole thing in bourbon barrels. Don't be cheap and just age a quarter of it. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Legendary Johnny Boy, you gave me a question on that. Do you think founders at CBS and any of the bourbon barrel aged beers series, do you think they do half-ass on it, or do you think they fully put it in the barrels?
Oh no, it's the whole thing. They would, it's
they would
all
say
barrel aged.
Okay, I was curious.
This one they brew the beer. Okay, they take a quarter of it and barrel age it, and then they cuvee it back in with the beer that the regular beer. I don't know. It seems like maybe they only have so much space for the barrels, so they get cute with the quarter barrel aged. I don't know why they would do it that way, unless they thought that the flavor profile would be too strong if it was fully barrel aged. But I don't know about that. Stone does some weird stuff. So anyway, it's good. I'll come back around and give you guys a rating here in a little bit. I'm interested to hear what Mr. Terrio has to say about it. So go for it, Ron.
Sorry, my daughter called me and she was like, my father.
Oh,
You need to leave, you need to leave now and all that. And I was saying, well, it's just kind of breezy right now, but it's 150 mile an hour wind. Well, yeah, it's 150 mile an hour winds, 100 miles south of me.
right.
And I told her, I said, I noticed the eye of the hurricane was going this way. And then once it got toward the Louisiana shore, it started jogging west like that. I said, if it keeps jogging west, that'll be a great thing because it'll just be hitting along the coastline. And well, it'd be great for me, be bad for whoever's west, But I'm just hoping it'll kind of steer off. And that area out there is kind of marshland and not so populated. So maybe if it goes up the Atchafalaya River, it'll be hitting the least populated part of the state. So, of course, she wants me to leave immediately. She was like, why don't you get in your vehicle and leave, And I'm like, no, a storm is, I know you didn't invite me onto this for this update, but a hurricane, it's traveling at 16 miles an hour. Well, I can drive a truck a lot faster than 16 miles an hour. I can outrace it.
Right.
Hey, Ron, I don't want to be mean, but I agree with your daughter, and I think you should go to her house.
All right. Well, see y'all later. I can't give a score. Sorry, Michael. You'll just have to leave it blank.
You're real funny. Real funny, but I'm also serious too.
I know you are. I was like John, the bourbon barrel aging didn't come into play until later in the sip, but now it's really there. So maybe it would have been too strong because I'm picking up a lot of bourbon barrel right now. I don't know which bourbon barrels they're using. Don't know the company. Probably doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like you're going to sit there and sip on this and say, oh, yeah, I can tell that's Heaven Hill bottled and bond. No doubt. Yeah, right.
Why couldn't they just round it off to 12% instead of 11.6? Just round it off.
11.5. 11.5. I don't know, John.
I'm just saying.
Write an email to Stone. Why are some beers 4.8? Why don't they jump it to 5? I don't know.
John, right, they're Stone. They choose to be different.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
Yes, they are. I do enjoy Stone. Yes.
Some people say I'm different. Hey, my friend David said the body was too thin. I don't think the body's too thin. I'm going to be honest. As your local stout reviewer, I think the body is medium. It's a little silky. There's a lot of sweetness here, though, and a little cocoa and vanilla and all that. You don't really pick up pecans because, honestly, let's be honest. Let us be honest here on Stout Sunday. Pecans don't really have that much of a flavor. They're very mild, and you can have pecan ale like a Beta, pecan ale like Shiner, but you aren't going to get much flavor from pecans. I like them. I like pecan pie, but, most of the flavor, and that's coming from the sugar and the other stuff. Bitterness, low bitterness. So we're talking maybe 1 out of 5 hop cones. If you like bitter bombs, hop bombs, well, you're not going to be drinking this. If you like sugar sweetness, oh, well, now about 4 out of 5 sugar cubes. 4 out of 5 sugar cubes. So it's sweet. But the finish is semi-sweet. I don't remember what I scored it when we did the duo review. I just remember David was not happy with it. And I remember his score was shockingly low. But that was like after many other tastings, so to speak, because I was like, okay. He was making comments. I'm like, okay. And I'm looking off air at another person that was with us. I was like, all right. But anyway, yeah, I like it. I mean, I don't have any complaints, especially since I didn't buy it. He gave it to me. So thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember that get together. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I made it back on the bus, back to Mobile.
From what I understand, after I left, there was a lot more fun. I said about time for me to drive back. I know John and Illy did some after I left fun.
Oh yeah, David. David knows how to party. Let's just leave it at that.
Yes, he does.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, so let's go back around here. Give me just a second. Let me.
Michael. Yeah, you got it. Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
Muted myself.
Close enough. Okay. Well, Ronnie S is in the chat. Good morning, and Josh is in the chat as well. Good morning to you guys. Okay. So yeah, let's go back around. Michael, what are you thinking about the Trader Joe's Stockyard Oatmeal Stout?
Well, it is now finito, but as I did drink it, the taste even came on a little bit stronger, and I enjoyed that. It's something which you can, like I said, you can drink more than one, and it's a quality product. I'm going to give it a 93. It's a solid A, and I don't know what John gave it when he reviewed it, but it's something that I would go back and buy more of because it's a solid stout, and this could be a starter stout for somebody who's never tried stouts. I guess it's not bitter per se compared to other things. Now, compared to macro lagers, it's bitter, but it's a different taste profile. But I think this would be a better starter beer than, let's say, your 5.6 ounce Guinness, for instance. Maybe the Guinness Draft might be a better one to try. But this is good, and I would recommend it. And if you do have a Trader Joe's near you, you should try a lot of the beers they have because they're quality beers at a very reasonable price. And
very reasonable.
Recommended. I wish there was a Trader Joe's closer to you, John, in the next county over or something, so you don't have to drive halfway across the state to get to it. But next time you get back, you should maybe buy a little bit more and check out some of the other things you haven't tried yet.
The next time I go to Trader Joe's, I'm gonna drop probably a couple $100 and just load up because it is such a pain in the butt to get to the Trader Joe's because where I live, I have to drive through downtown Atlanta, and it's a 3-hour commitment to get there.
Whoa!
Get beer,
There's one right over here
like
near me.
If you go to but he ain't near you. If you go to Trader Joe's and you spend a couple of $100, you'll pretty much buy every alcoholic product they have.
Yeah, exactly. So that'd be good.
Their prices are so low,
Yeah,
right.
Another store I went to yesterday, I found some good stuff. The supermarket right over here off Tilly Mill Road and Mount Vernon. Lodi, I guess is their version of Aldi, but Lodi grocery store, and I picked up a couple of beers yesterday and some reasonable prices. They had some nice value wines over there called the Everyday Collection. So but the Trader Joe's by me over here, I think is about a good 20 minutes away. Over, I think either it could be Roswell, maybe Tucker, but I was in that area. I was going to my credit union on a Saturday, and I drove through there, and I said, "Hey, let me stop in." I bought some stuff. I think I walked out of there spending about maybe mostly singles like under $10. So
wow, man,
that's pretty good. That's some good stuff there.
Okay, good deal. Well, what are you thinking about the more expensive beer that you're drinking this morning? I know that wasn't super low priced.
Yeah, this is actually the regular price. This was a bargain on this one. They had a closeout special, but the actual price for these 4-packs go about to $10.99 for the clown shoes. So, but I'm glad I got it. And
$10.99 for a 4-pack?
For a 4-pack, yeah.
Oh, that's not bad for 9%. I thought that's not too bad.
Yeah, but for the one when the closeout special for the 4-pack was $5.99. So
that's I'd have bought every 4-pack they had left on the shelf for that price. Yeah, for 9% beer like that.
Yeah, I bought this at Tower Liquor, Beer and Wine on Buford Highway. I guess Dorville, I want to call it. Anyway, so excellent stout, well made, and as you can see, I've been sipping on it for a while now. This is an A for me. So 92 all the way for the Undead Party Crasher.
Okay. It's not barrel aged, right? It's just a straight stout.
The straight American Imperial Stout, not barrel aged.
All right. That would have been better if they had barrel aged it. I bet it would have been like a 96 or 97.
Yeah, I'm ready to try some barrel aged, and I might end up I say, wow, I walked 2 miles and I didn't know how that happened.
Yeah. All right. So we got 2 A's in the books, the 93 and 92. What are we? I know the average is about to shoot way up here with Alex and his CBS. What are you thinking, Alex?
Well, as all my YouTube friends have said, including you, Johnny Boy, I think you can correct me if I'm wrong. Well, Jeremy, you scored again. 100.
Oh.
Just like Johnny Boy, he scores again. I'm going to say 100.
I wouldn't have expected anything less.
I mean, Johnny Boy, you say 100 on this beer too. You're not innocent either.
I don't.
I gave it a 9. I gave it a 99.
Well, actually, maybe not 100, but
I may have given it a 99. I may have given the 20. I may have given the 2017
Hey,
100.
I gave it 100. I gave it 100. I gave it
Yeah.
100.
yeah.
I may have given. I've had it so many times. I've reviewed it a couple. I may have given it 100 at one point, but it's a 99 or 100. It's a world class beer. I mean, you know, you can be nitpicky all you want, but it's one of the best stouts that your money can buy.
It is a very delicious beer. And tell you the truth, if I ever come across the accidental 2017, I will get that. I mean, I would love to put against this one and 2017 to see which one's better. I mean, I don't know. Hoping one day I'll find a 2017.
I'm gonna drive to Arkansas and raid Shane Fudge's cellar.
I'm pretty sure Shane Fudge probably has a 17 or an 18.
Oh, he's got multiple. Yeah, he's got 2016, 2017. He's got all of them. Anyway, all right. So 100 out of 100 for Alex. We've got to go. I'm interested to hear what. I'm going to let you go first, Ron, since you were originally you got called away for a minute. What are you thinking about the Woot Stout?
That's why I didn't want to join this, really, because I knew people were going to be calling me and bothering me and all of that. Like, how could you be doing a beer hangout when this is coming and you're going to die? Well, I may as well enjoy a beer before I die.
If you're going to go out with a woot woot, right?
All right.
Woot Stout.
Probably rather CBS do. But
Sir.
Anyway, this is a 97. A 97 out of 100. It's a most excellent beer. It's not as good as the previous ones that I've had, but we talking about like, well, the previous one was a 99 and this dropped way down to a 97. So, you know, we talking about it's just doing this at the very top, like the slightest little deviations. And people are overly dramatic on the internet. They'll make videos, you know, on YouTube like, oh, it's really going down. It's not like it used to be. And then you taste it and you're like, it's pretty much the same. You're just trying to get attention or something. If it was a perfect beer, I'd give it 100. Well, it's not a perfect beer, but it's close to it. And I'm glad David got it for me. I have another stout coming up. I plan to in this future Stout Sunday in my fridge. So, like I said, I could drop off at any moment. I don't know when this is getting kind of.
Oh, it is. Mm.
But it's off and on, you know, like it'll be heavy and then it'll be quiet.
Okay. So 97 for you. I'm gonna go with a 96 for the Woot Stout. I'm taking off a point for the lack of pecan flavor, but as Jay mentioned, pecan is, you know, unless you're eating pecan pie, if you're just eating pecans, it is a very mild nut. So it would be very difficult to get a strong pecan flavor. You'd have to add like a ridiculous amount of pecans. So it's going to lose a point for that, and it's going to lose a couple points for the barrel presence is not quite as much as I'd like it to be. It's there, and it does build as the beer warms, but I would have liked a little bit more vanilla, a little bit more of that oak to really come through. I think that would have really kind of set it over the top. And then it's not thin, but I would have liked a little bit more body for the ABV, for the 11.5. Ron always talks about the Dragon's Milk Stout having a little bit thin of a body, which I'm kind of not in agreement with him on that. I think the Dragon's Milk actually has a little bit more body than this, and that's 11%. So I would have liked a little bit more body with this to complement the barrel aging and the higher ABV. But that's just my personal preference. I think it's a little thin for what it is. But yeah, it's still an A beer. I mean, 96 out of 100. I'm being nitpicky when you've had bourbon counties and CBS and KBS and all of these really, really good stouts. It gets harder and harder to give those high scores because the bar is set so high. But anybody out there watching, if you see this stout and you're a big fan of stouts and you like bourbon barrel aged products, you're not going to be disappointed. It's just there is stuff out there that's better, and I hope to find this again next year. If they change the recipe up a little bit every year, this would be one that I would definitely go for annually. Buy it every year when it comes out, because it's definitely worth it. I paid, it wasn't super cheap, but I think for the what you're getting, and it wasn't a 6-pack. Most beers at this range are in 4-packs. This was a 6-pack. It was $17, which I think for an 11.5%, really excellent beer, I think that's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is that time of the show. We're going to wrap up here, but before we do so, I'm going to go around one more time, and if anybody has any shout-outs or show and tell or anything they want to do, now would be the time to do so. We'll start back with Michael Kormroff. I don't know if you got anything you want to.
Well, we were supposed to have a beer tasting today at the Beach Club, but today is really overcast. So when I contacted Frank, who you've heard so much about, he always brings good beers. He's going to stay at home and do work around his house. So he's not coming. So he was enough reason to cancel. So we canceled the beer tasting. It doesn't mean we're not going to go. We may go. It's nicer to be at the shore. It's not raining. It's just going to be overcast, so we're not going to see any sun. But compared
so you just won't see your friend until the next round when it comes to the next.
Right. Probably now it's going to move to Labor Day weekend. There's only really one more weekend left for the club. Then there's the close-up weekend, the following weekend, where you're getting your stuff together and you're leaving. So it's possible we could have 2 next weekend, but the way it usually works out, Frank's wife isn't thrilled about us doing it, so it might be hard for him to participate in 2. But maybe.
Hey, Michael, I'll tell you this much: if the weather's still nice, I think you should keep the club open up until at least October. And if it gets too cold, then close it down.
Alex, it's not done like that. They set a date certain at the beginning of the year, and they adhere to it. There's not any changes. They don't say, "Hey, we feel sorry for you. You need extra days." They say, "This way we pay less insurance for that date, and we don't care." And that's
okay.
It's a money-making operation, and you have to understand that's the way it is. And
they
do that.
But
it's not a charity.
They started around what? Is it a week before Memorial Day weekend, or is it at Memorial Day?
Saturday of Memorial Day weekend through the Sunday after Labor Day.
Okay.
Oh, okay, and then they shut it down.
And they totally shut it down, and it's a time certain. There's a set time, and everybody has to be off the property. And it's not like they come around and shoot you if you're not off the property, but they won't let you come back next year if you decide to lock yourself up against the fence or get cute. So, some people wait till the last minute and are asked to leave, and they leave, and that's usually the end of it. Yeah. The other important thing in the Stout Kings repertoire is this Thursday is the first Thursday of September. And because of that, Jay was there in July, but that July wasn't the first one because he came on the 8th, and the first was a Thursday, but it was a timed one. So we didn't do anything in August because of the summer, but we are doing one this, and right now there are 8 definites, which is pretty good at this stage, I think. And there's two maybes, and one of the maybes is more probable than the second maybe, but we'll see what happens.
Is Ron Terrier going to there again?
No, he's not, because he's too busy dealing with what he's dealing with now, and we don't want any extra thought. I don't think he's going to fly up for the beer tasting, but we just hope he's safe. And what I was going to say is, since most of my people don't watch this, I can give you an idea of some of the things that I am going to be bringing.
All right.
And here we go. Has anybody had Stone Dayfall? Which
Never heard of it. What is it?
It's their. Okay, I'm trying to even think. It's one session. Yes, Jay. What's your question, Jay?
It's like one of the session IPA, right?
I don't think it's an IPA.
Oh,
I guess
I'm thinking something.
Can somebody look up Stone Dayfall as I'm talking, since I'm not using it?
I get it. I'll do it.
Okay. We're also going to have 6 Point Spritzer Bomb, which is one of their double IPAs. Goose Island Next Coast, which is one of their IPAs. Dogfish Head Mango Smoothie, which is a sour.
Good.
Blue Point Rasta Rye, which is a rye-based IPA. Clown Shoes Rainbows Are Real, which is a double IPA.
Okay.
Trogues Field Study, which is an IPA. That other one I told you about, John, that Brouwer Amber Grand, I think I showed it in another thing. It's a 7% Polish Imperial.
Yeah.
And I have 4 different Coney Islands that came from Coney Island Brewing that came in a 4-pack. I have tried 3, and they have not reached the level where I think I would use them, because they're just kind of like average, in our rating system in the 80s. So I really don't want to, whatever. So I probably.
So the Dayfall is a Belgian wit, brewed with orange.
Okay. It's a Belgian wit, and there's always possibly surprises because other people do bring beer. Some of the people, Jay, some of the people you met, Derek is going to be there. Gail was there the day you were there. She's going to be there. So it's going to be a similar crowd, but some different people too. And it's exciting because September means that we go now steady until June.
Nice. Michael, I really hope one day I'll be coming up there to hang out with you, because
any Thursday, the first one, you're welcome to come. You can stay over if you want. Whatever you want to do would be.
I will be.
Well, I will tell you this: if I do that, I'm bringing my computer with me and my headset, because what I do after the parties are done, I'll go in my own little, mine and listen to my music. Because that's what I do. I bring my stuff with me so I can listen to my stuff. That's what I did over Brandon's and stuff like that.
So now, John, have you ever met Alex in person?
I've not met Alex in person. I know he's in Jersey. I'm
the only other one besides you in this group who hasn't met him. The other 2 people have. So.
I will be in Jersey for Thanksgiving. I'm coming up there. Me, my brother, and I think my uncle's also coming up there. We're making we're probably going to fly more than likely, but then again, we're thinking about maybe a road trip would be a lot more fun. But we'll be up there for Thanksgiving, and I don't know what your plans are, but hopefully, and I don't know what their schedule is, but I'm hoping if we leave early in the week leading up to Thanksgiving, I might try to look you up and look up Alex as well.
Okay, well, I'm closer, but it's okay. Alex is in southern New Jersey, a couple of hours away.
Well, yeah, Michael is a couple hours away, but grab on to Michael first. After you're done with him, then you could hang out with me.
John, I'm gonna have to get going due to hurricane-related issues.
Let's go to Ron. Before you go, Ron, do you have any? You want to share anything or tell us about anything coming up on your channel?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude and jump the line, but
I understand. You have a hurricane, Ron. You have a hurricane. Go ahead. Right. I hear what you said.
So if there's a Dawn Busters Tuesday, and that's very iffy, but if they have one Tuesday, do Fundador brandy from Spain is from the 1870s. So here's Fundador from the 1870s, and I got a good deal on it. And they make about 25 different levels. This is the Solera, but I can only get this one. I haven't seen all the other fancy pants ones around here. But anyway, it's from Spain, and it's going to go up against one that's bottled in Missouri, but I'm not making fun of Missouri. But this is the Delacour, introduced in 1988. And a lot of New Orleans restaurants, for whatever reason, like Muriel's, Galatoire's, Broussard's, the Carousel Bar, they offer happy hour cocktails using Delacour brandy. So I don't know what the relationship is with New Orleans, but they keep putting it on their website, like with Delacour brandy. I'm thinking, well, it's not that special.
Maybe it's something that's made from Louisiana, my friend.
I seriously doubt that. It's probably made in Kentucky and bottled in Missouri, but whatever. I did a solo review. It tasted pretty good. It actually tasted much better than I expected. So I have taste challenges coming up with Delacour versus all the other brandies. And then Wednesday night, we have a theme, and it's called A Beer from Your State. A beer from your state. So bring any beer that's from the state you live in, and you can join. So, of course, I have a beer from my state. James P. Madonna's getting a beer from his state. If I don't have electricity and I can't go on, then James P. Madonna's going to host it, okay?
Okay, awesome.
So he already knows that if he does not hear from me, that he just goes with it at 7:30, about 7:30 Eastern time Wednesday. And then Friday, we got Fandango Friday. Hopefully, I'll be back online by then.
And Ron, I will probably call you in the next couple of days to make sure you're okay, though, because you are my buddy. Just to let you know.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody's good wishes, and we're hoping for the best. And we're still at the early stage.
We're hoping for the best. We are. Please be safe, man.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's kind of like starting
Ron,
to get kind of active outside right now. What?
But Ron, do me a little favor. Make me happy and go to your daughters, please.
You can't go now. The road would not make it possible.
Alex, he's not leaving now. It's the thing is making landfall as we speak. He's not leaving.
You don't drive when the hurricane.
My daughter lives in Birmingham, Alabama. That's 6 hours.
Yeah,
away.
it's not like
I could drive to my father's. No, I might drive to my father's house because the storm is still 100 miles southeast of me, although the winds are not that far away. But I wouldn't want to drive in too heavy of a wind shear, but it's getting pretty active out there. I'm here.
I will settle for your dad's then. Yes. Then go to your dad's then. Thank you.
Ron's a smart guy, Alex. If he knew he was going to take a direct hit from the hurricane, I'm sure he's been tracking it. He would have probably been gone by now. He's not just.
Yeah, it's a category 4. It's almost a category 5. If 100, look,
he may be stubborn sometimes. He may be stubborn sometimes, but he's not an idiot.
No, he's not an idiot. He's a teacher.
If 150 mile an hour winds hit this town, I mean, I won't be worrying about beer reviews. I'll be worrying about how to get a new house built. There won't be a house, you know. It's not like
true that. That's my point. Exactly my point.
Yeah,
you'll be
all right. I think, John. I think we're wrapping this up. I didn't ask you. Do you have anything you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Yeah, these are the beers I bought. I bought this at Tower the other day. I'm going to review this one right here called Chang. I don't know if you ever seen it. Had his Chang.
Oh yeah, it's good. Oh, wait. Let me say one more thing. This is one of the few Stout Sundays, maybe the only Stout Sunday where I've had every beer that was presented.
Wow.
Every beer.
Awesome.
So, yeah, Chang is good. All right. Well, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Ron.
Stay safe, thinking about you. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
And this
Thanks
is
for joining.
This is the beer I had picked up at Lodi supermarket right over here. Y'all could probably see it at the Percheter. I never heard of this, but these are the two beers I'm going to be reviewing. Yeah, exactly.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, this is again the grocery store is called Lodi, Lodi. Lodi, I believe it is Lodl. I don't know. That's what it says on my the grocery store. But anyway, it kind of reminds me of it looks like and reminds me of an Aldi grocery store.
Oh, it's Lidl, Lidl.
Oh, Lidl's. Yeah. We went to William Kepley and I went to one of those when I was up in North Carolina.
Yeah, so they have one here right down the road for me up here. I did some grocery shopping last night. I mean, the prices were just amazing. And I was doing some grocery shopping, picking up some stuff.
It's cheaper than Aldi, from what I've heard. I heard it's cheaper.
It is. I've been to a Lidl's, and you could buy like 22-ounce bombers for like $1.50. Like they've got like crazy prices on their beer.
That's where I picked this one up at, and the other one, the one Chang, I picked this up at Tower Beer, Liquor, and Wine. But Lidl's. Great stuff. I mean, I got a chicken roast here I picked up yesterday. I cooked it in the crock pot. I'm going to have that for my supper today and for lunch and dinner tomorrow. So I've made enough to hold me for the week. But, yeah, so I did 2 reviews. I did the one that, John, there's one where you did not like, you told me about, the Sun Lab, Welcome to My Dark Side, which is a pastry stout. I don't know if you had that one. I think you had mentioned that you weren't a fan of a pastry stout. So,
well, some of the ones I don't know. I don't think I've had the one that you're talking about though.
Spin Lab, Welcome to My Dark Side, which is it's a wheat milk stout, but it says pastry stout on it. But I uploaded that this morning on my channel, and I have a couple other beers I've uploaded, and also I got a few more beers I'm going to be reviewing coming up. So these are the 2 that I'm showing you that I will be reviewing. So. Stay tuned.
So, John, before you get off, since John mentioned pastry stouts, they are good if you don't mind sweetness. Because compared to what Alex made, it's not maple.
Alex would love them.
Alex would
I like some of them, but I find that a lot of them are just a little too sweet, even for me.
See, it almost can become cloying, and then you have a question.
Johnny Boy's been ball busting me for the past 2 years about these ice cream beers, and Alex will love them. Yes, I'll love them, but then he keeps telling me, "Oh, they're too sweet." Well, you know what? I hate to tell you, this CBS is very sweet too, Johnny Boy, and you drink this all the time.
I like this. That look, Alex, the CBS is not even half as sweet as these ice cream and pastry stouts that I'm thinking of. They're too much.
But Alex might like them. Alex likes sweet.
I mean, you might like them. Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't like the feeling of instant diabetes.
But you drink, but you still drink them because you do it for your child.
I try. I'll try everything, but I won't drink them again. I wouldn't go buy another ice cream stout.
Right.
You know what it's like? We have an IBU for bitterness. We should have a cloying units. And when they reach a certain point, when they go above the cloying units, you have to say, "Okay, I can't buy this beer again because it's just too sweet." But I'm probably somewhere in between Alex and you. I probably like the sweetness a little bit more than you do. But once it reaches the point of total cloying, I can't take it anymore.
There is one beer I would like to get again to review, but it was like Cape May, and it had like red writing on it. It was something to do with get together room or something. I don't remember.
It was Cape May Brewing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I if you show me the picture, I'll know what it is. But it's something to do with room. Yeah. And I can't remember, but it had red writing on it. It was a good beer, but it was very sweet. I think John Boy would probably agree with me if he drinks that. It wasn't an ice cream beer, but it was very, very sweet. Sweeter than I'm used to. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say here. So, yeah. But every sweet beer gets a chance, but there's very rare that I'll catch a beer that's very, very sweet. I mean, to the point that you don't want to drink it again. But it was tasty. It was just very more sweeter than the beers I normally used to. Very strange.
So
anybody get over tomorrow to Bumpy's Ode Brune?
If I can find one by tomorrow, I will definitely. The Petrus is available in Peachtree City, so that's probably my best bet. But I'll definitely try.
And I'm not sure about Tuesday if Beer Man is going to be hosting Beer and Cheese, because I think he's down with his family in Arizona.
He may, I don't know. If he doesn't, I think Miscellaneous was going to do it.
Well, if Andrew don't take over, I'm looking at him and Johnny Boy. He can take over.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not. I
can't commit
to that. But yeah.
You owe me that.
But anyway, we're going to go off air here. We're just over an hour, and I want to keep running. We'll take this off air. I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining. I want to thank my panel members, Michael, Jean-Pierre, Alex, the Beer Master. Thank you guys for joining. It's good to be back in the seat. Thanks to Mr. Ronald Terrio for hosting. Alex, what are you saying, man? I'm trying to finish this up. Hold on, Alex. Give me a second.
He'll come back to you before he leaves.
Okay. So yeah, thank you to everybody in the chat. Thanks to my panel members. It's nice being back. Thanks to Ron Terrio for hosting for the last couple of weeks. I appreciate it. Prayers and best wishes to him as he rides out this hurricane. Prayers and wishes go out to Beerman's family as well. His father passed away yesterday or the day before. So our hearts go out to you, Beerman. And that's it. That's a wrap. So we'll see you all on the next one. And Alex, go ahead. Sign us out.
Before I sign out, Food Friday, we are doing peanut butter sandwiches. Peanut butter sandwiches and any beer you want, because I don't know if I can find a sour, or I can find a sour, but I don't know if we can find, a peanut butter beer. So any beer you want that you think is going to be delicious on peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right, so sign out. And it's Food Friday, Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock.
All right.
So this Sucks Beer Master, and we will see you all on the next live stream, next video. Sucks Beer Master signing out.
Cheers.
Cheers,
everybody.
Everybody.